Hey, it's Andy from chuckandandy.com, and in this video, you'll discover exactly how to build high converting squeeze pages so that you can build an email list fast while making money at the same time. In fact, by the end of this video, you'll be able to build your own high converting squeeze page in under 5 minutes. Okay, so before I actually dive into show you exactly how you can actually start building a high converting squeeze page, you are required one tool. Now, if you're not making the use of any kind of tools to actually help you with your marketing campaigns, then let me tell you that you're really behind in the ages. There are so many tools out there that assist you to actually speed up the whole process. And this is exactly the tool I actually want to show you, and one that I highly recommend. Now, this tool is an actual plugin for WordPress. So you are required to have your own WordPress website to actually get started with building your own squeeze page. Now, the actual plugin is called Thrive Content Builder. Now, I've actually tested many different tools before, and I found by far that the Thrive Content Builder is easily by far one of the easiest tools to use, and it also creates awesome looking squeeze pages in a matter of minutes. So I do highly recommend you actually check it out, and I'll leave a link below this video for you to actually check out. Now, if you don't know how to actually set up your own WordPress website, no worries, I'll actually help you out with another video tutorial, which can actually be found right over here. In that video, I actually walk you through a step-by-step process on exactly how to actually set up your WordPress website, and so that you can actually just install the plugin and get started with the Thrive Content Builder. Now, before I actually show you how it actually works, I want to show you a few examples first. So here's one website that you can actually build with the Thrive Content Builder. Now, this squeeze page over here is what we like to call a simple background squeeze page. As you can see, it speaks for itself. So all it is just a headline. So you want to make sure that you have a very appealing headline that does grab the user's attention. And then under the headline, you got a bit of text explaining a bit about what exactly they're actually going to get themselves into and telling them exactly what they need to do in order to actually receive what you have to offer. So how you're actually going to be building lists is if they actually fill in their name and the email address and click on the start download, these two details are actually going to be sent to your autoresponder, and that's how you're going to be building your list. So this is just one type of squeeze page you can actually build with Thrive Content Builder. Another example I want to show you is more focused on a branding side as well as promoting an ebook. Okay, so over here is, again, it's a very simple squeeze page that you can actually create in just a couple of minutes. You can actually add your own logo over here. So if you have your own blog, if you have your own website, you have your own company, this is a perfect fit for your branding. If you have an ebook that you are giving away for free, then you can actually have it on display right over here. And then on the right side here, you can see that you can actually collect more than just the name and the email. You can also collect the websites too if you really wanted to. And again, in order to actually build your list, they just need to fill out these details and then click on this button over here. Now, this next squeeze page is slightly different to the two I just showed you. This one's actually more focused on a video. And so in this particular squeeze page, it's a longer form squeeze page, meaning that it actually has a lot more details about what you're offering before they actually decide to opt into your list. So again, you have the opportunity to put your logo up here if you wanted to. You can easily take out this section so you don't have to put your logo there. You have a headline to ensure that you grab the user's attention, because that's very important. You also have a video that you can actually shoot and place here, explaining exactly what they're actually getting for free in exchange for their email details. And then right at the bottom here, you can actually break it down even further and have a very clear detail on exactly what they're actually about to get. So as you can see, this squeeze page here has a lot more detail than your other two pages. Now, another thing that's a core difference between the last two squeeze pages is that, as you notice, there is no opt-in form, okay? All you can actually see is just a button over here. Now, this type of squeeze page is called a two-step opt-in. Now, how this works is, if the user actually likes what you actually have to offer and they really wanted to get a hold of it, then what they'll have to do is just click on this button and you'll see a little window will actually pop up. Hence the two-step opt-in, okay? So they're actually required to do two different steps before they can actually receive whatever you actually have to offer. And so again, you got another little headline in this box here, and they just need to fill in the details, click on this button here, and then they'll actually take them to a thank you page. So this is a two-step opt-in. Now you're probably thinking, two-step opt-in, wouldn't it actually decrease conversion because they have to do an extra step? Well, if you really think about it, because they're actually clicking on the button, what happens here is they're actually slowly committing themselves to that offer. Okay, so this little technique here is actually called micro commitments, and it's actually been used in marketing strategies for a very long time now. So if you can actually get your visitor to take up little chunks of commitment, it's going to actually get a lot easier when it comes to taking the bigger commitment, okay? Because they've already taken those little steps, you're warming them up to that bigger commitment. And so by the fact that you're actually getting the user to click on this actual button here for them to actually opt in, it actually helps increase conversions. And that's what we've actually found in our testing. Now, lastly, here's an actual squeeze page that we're using currently for our own business right now. So as you can see, the free offer that we're actually giving away is an ebook, okay? So it's an actual ebook on how to actually get started on online business in a step-by-step manner. It is completely 100% free, and we actually use the Thrive Content Builder to actually build this very page over here. Now, if you actually wanted to download this ebook, all you have to do is just click on the click here to download your free guide, and as you can see, a window will pop up. So again, this is a two-step opt-in form where they're actually required to make 2 commitments before they actually get to receive the free offer. So all you need to do now is just fill in your email details right here, click on get instant access, and that ebook will be sent to your email address. So as you can see, these are pretty cool squeeze pages that you can actually build with. Again, you don't need any kind of technical knowledge whatsoever. All you really need to know is how to actually drag and drop and then just copy and paste it. And once you actually understand how to do that, you'll be able to actually build high converting squeeze pages in no time. So again, the tool that I'm actually using is actually from Thrive Themes. This crew is an absolutely awesome company. I highly recommend it. They also have an amazing support team. And once you're actually inside and actually check out the forums, you'll see exactly why, some of the stuff that they actually do is amazing, okay? I've actually never had any problems at all with this tool. And every time that I did, I just jumped on the forums, opened up a thread, and it was answered in within a couple of hours. So honestly, when it comes to customer service, these guys absolutely nail it. So once you're actually inside, all you have to do is just download the plugin called Thrive Content Builder. So over here, you'll see Thrive Content Builder. Just click on the download button and it'll actually download that plugin for you. And then all you need to do next is just head back to your actual WordPress website, head over to plugins and click on add new and upload that very plugin that you just downloaded. Once you've done that, activate it by actually heading over to settings, click on Thrive Content Builder, and they'll actually walk you through on how to actually activate your account. But once you've actually activated the account, you're pretty much ready to go to start building some awesome squeeze pages so that you can start building your business as of now. So to get started, just head over to pages, click on add new, and it'll bring you over to this page over here. Now, as you can see, you can actually edit this very page with the Thrive Content Builder. And this is exactly what we're going to be doing. But before that, you want to make sure that you do name your page and publish it first. So I'm just going to quickly write in squeeze page demo, something very easy, and I'm just going to click on publish. Now this page is just ready to go. So at the moment, this page is completely blank. So what we would actually need to do to customize this page is actually head over, edit with Thrive Content Builder. Now, like I said, to actually create squeeze pages is incredibly simple and you can actually create it in just a couple of minutes if you know exactly what you're going to be doing. So by the end of this video, if you carefully, follow the step-by-step instruction, you'll be able to actually build yourself squeeze pages in just a matter of minutes, okay? So once you've actually inside the actual content builder, this is what it looks like. On the right side here, you can see that these are all the actual options that you can actually choose from. If you actually scroll down, there's plenty of different things that you can actually play around with. But what I do recommend you actually get started with is a template. So over here where you see Thrive landing pages, if you actually click on the drop down arrow, you'll be able to actually choose a template. So choose landing page template. And they actually have many different templates that you can actually play around with. And the reason why I actually want you to start off with the template is because it's a lot easier to actually get started with a foundation, okay? So once you actually pick a template, you can pretty much customize it in any way that you please. And instead of actually starting off with a blank canvas, you actually have something set there. So all you have to do is just, delete or add anything that you like, and you're pretty much ready to go. So over here, they actually have a filter section as well. So what we're actually after is to actually build a squeeze page. Of course, the actual Thrive Content Builder actually allows you to build many different pages, like your home page. You can actually create your own download page, a sales page, webinar review, you name it. They've got many different templates. But for now, we're only focusing on a squeeze page. So I'll just tick this one, this one, this one, and that's it. So once you have those ticked, they're going to filter out all the squeeze pages that are under those two categories, okay? So now we're only focusing on squeeze pages, and as you can see, there are many different templates that you can actually play with. So as I scroll down, you might actually notice that some of the actual templates in here was the ones that I actually showed you as an example. So here, for example, this one was a video course lead generation squeeze page. So it's this one, exactly one here. So if you actually want to play with this very squeeze page over here, then all you have to do is just click on it and then scroll down and just load landing page. But for now, I actually want to build a lot simpler squeeze page so that you have a better idea on how to actually use it, okay? So I'm just going to look for one quickly. So this one looks like a pretty easy one to actually play with. The Lime lead generation page, I just have that ticked, and let's actually load the landing page. And that's it. Once it's actually loaded, it's very simple to actually customize, okay? So as you can see, there's going to be a lot of lines in between each of these, and how they actually work is boxes, okay? So what you're actually starting off with is a massive container, all right? And in each of these containers, you can actually add multiple mini containers, okay? You can actually split these containers up in any way that you like and add any elements. So these are different elements and you can actually add it in to each of these containments, okay? So let's say, for example, I wanted to actually change this little section here and actually have my own logo. So all I need to do is just click on this little box over here and it'll come up with image options, okay? Because this actual box over here started off as an image element. Now, every element actually have a little option tab that looks something like this, okay? It's gonna vary between the different elements, but in most cases, they're very straightforward. So over here, if I actually wanted to increase the image size, I just need to drag this over here and that will automatically increase. So I'll just drag this down here so that you can actually see exactly what's going on. And as you can see, the image has grown a lot bigger. Now, because the image that we actually started off with was probably a lot smaller image, you can see that's why it's actually blurry. So I'll just pull that back a bit again. So that's playing around with image size. If you wanted to change the image altogether, then over here, you'll see a button called Change Image. Let's just click on that. Now, as it's actually using WordPress, what you want to do is you actually want to upload an image to your media for WordPress, okay? So if I actually wanted to upload an image, I'll just click on Upload Files. I'll just select the file that I want, and I'll actually get started. So I'm just going to do that quickly. So I just finished uploading our logo, and as you can see, it's ticked over here. Then all I need to do is just click on Insert into Post, and you'll be able to see an update right here. Now, again, if I actually wanted to make it a lot bigger, I just need to click on that actual box here and just change the size here and just drag this along here. So see that's massive here. You know, you can just really play around with it and customize it however that you like. If you wanted to actually add more spacing around the image, then over here you'll see margins and paddings. Okay, so if I actually click on this little drop box here, you can see that there's a margin of 50, which makes it a big gap over here, and a bottom margin of 50 here. So that's each of these are 50 pixels from top to bottom. Padding is inside the actual box. So if you actually wanted to make the inside the box wider, I could actually add, let's say, 20 padding over here, and you'll see that there's 20 pixels that have been added between inside the box. Okay, so that's the difference between margin and padding. Margin is outside the box, padding is inside the box. Now, if I actually click on clear margin, you can see that it'll actually have a default of 20, and these two areas between spaces have gotten a lot smaller. So you can actually customize it any way you like. You can move it around. If I actually want it to be centered, I can actually click on center, and it will actually center the image. If I want it on the right, then obviously you just change the alignment on the right side and you can see it over there, but I like it in the middle. That looks nice. Maybe I can actually customize it to make it a little smaller. If I actually wanted to add a border, you can actually do dotted borders if you really like. You can actually change solid, groove, so on, but I'll just keep it as none for now. So that's all there really is. Now, what if I actually wanted to link that logo back to my actual website? Again, very simple. Over here, you'll see quick link. If I actually pasted chuckandandy.com over here, whoever actually clicks on this little image here, it's going to take them to our blog. So that's how easy it is to actually customize an image. Now, let's say we wanted to actually change the headline. Now, changing the headline, again, very simple. Always click on the actual box inside first. So if I actually click on this headline text over here, you can see that it's just a very simple text box. So if I just highlight this bit of text here and press delete, now I can actually type in any headline that I like. So done. So once you actually typed in your text, you can see that's what it actually looked like. Now, if you actually wanted to play around with, let's say, the size, the actual font itself, then again, it's all within this actual text element options here. So let's say I actually wanted to make it a bit smaller. I can actually change the font to 26, and that will actually make the headline smaller. Let's say I actually wanted to center the whole text, then again, just click on center, alignment, and you can see that it's all centered. You can actually change the line height, so the actual spacing between each of these texts. You can bold the text if you like. So if I actually click on bold, you can see it bolds. If I wanted underline, you can do underline. If you wanted to change the color, you can change the color by clicking the actual paint palette, and let's make it red, right? And that will change the whole thing. If you want highlights, then this is the actual background highlight. I'll just show you exactly what it looks like. So that will make it a blue highlight over there. And of course, if you wanted to change the actual padding, margins and padding, you do that again as well. So at the moment, you can see that default, there's a top margin of 10 pixels. So that's above the box over here. Bottom pixel, so that's again what's outside the box. So there's 25 pixels between here, and no paddings added whatsoever. So that's pretty much how you actually edit the text element. Again, nothing special, very simple to do, and it's pretty much what you see here is what you actually get. So I'm happy with that. I'll close that little option there. Down here, again, it's just another text element, so I'm not going to show you exactly how to do that. Over here is a massive image element. So if I actually want to click on this image here and actually change the image, then very simple. So just click on the image and this little box will appear. If I actually wanted to change the image, then I could do so, and then just need to upload my ebook cover, and it will just be displayed over here. Now, the other important thing I wanted to show you on when it comes to building a high converting squeeze page is, of course, the opt-in form. Okay, you can't have a squeeze page without an opt-in form. So down here below here is the actual call to action. So the call to action is just a bit of text, and if you actually want to add more text to this, then over here you'll see text element. If you actually click on it and then drag it to where you want it, so as you can see, there's little boxes in between each of these elements. So if you drag it and actually drop it into one of these boxes, you create another element. And then again, text element, just click on it and then type in what you need to be typed here. So get it now. And you could do that with anything, okay? So any of these elements on the side here. So if you actually wanted to add an image under the actual headline, then just drag the image, drop it there, and you can add the element there. If you wanted to add in a button, any kind of CSS, if you know a bit about CSS, you actually want to customize it, then you can actually add that in. The content container is the actual box itself. You can actually break up the containers by adding column layouts. So if I actually drop down this arrow, you can see that I can actually split the container up in half. I can 1/3 it, 1/4, and so on. Okay, so very, very customizable. You can pretty much build any type of website that you like, any page that you like. You can definitely replicate it just using this actual content builder itself. So that's how you actually want to play around with it. Again, there's many different features as you can see. If you wanted lines, if you actually wanted to add a quote, a testimonial, call to action button, a guarantee box, you can actually add widgets. You know, there's many different elements that you can actually choose from, and the list pretty much goes on. But for now, what I actually want to show you is how to actually set up your opt-in form. Okay, so down here, as you can see, this page here is a two-step opt-in form. How I know is because there's no opt-in form appearing, okay? Because what you actually see here is what you actually get. So if I actually click on this box here, it's most likely a button, okay? So this is a button element. So you can see it's this element over here. Now, how you actually set up these two-step opt-in boxes, it's very, very simple. In every button or image element, you'll notice that there's an event manager, okay? So if you actually click on event manager, you'll actually notice there's different triggers and different actions, okay? So if your user actually clicks on the button itself, the action for the actual page would to be open a Thrive Lightbox, okay? So that's the actual box that appears for them to actually opt in to actually be in your list, okay? So if you actually wanted to edit the Lightbox, then just click on this Lightbox edit, and it will actually bring you to a different builder. So now here's how we actually customize our little box. So as you can see over here, what we actually did is if you actually click on the button, this is the actual action, okay? So the trigger is the click and the action is to open up a Lightbox. And this is the little Lightbox that I'm actually building right now, okay? So to actually build that Lightbox, it's exactly the same as it was to actually build a normal page. So let's say this is the actual text element. Again, just click on the actual element and customize however you please, okay? Very, very simple. Now, this is just an image. If you actually click on the image, you can actually resize it, and you can actually play around with any way that you like. You can actually change the margins, change the paddings, and so on. Now, below here is the actual opt-in element. So if I actually click on this element here, you see that it's just the lead generation option. So on the right side here, you'll see lead generation, and it's this element right here. Again, with these lead generation options, it's very, very simple, okay? So you can actually customize it any way that you like. So again, with your margins and your paddings, you can play around with that. You can actually change the color of your actual button. So you can actually change the button on if you actually want to add a gradient, if you actually want to change the hover button as well. So as you can see, if I actually hover my mouse over the button, it changes to a darker shade of green. And all of this can actually be customizable. Now, the important thing about this actual element is connecting it with your autoresponder, okay? Because you need the actual data to be stored in an autoresponder in order for you to actually build a list. So to actually do that, just click on the connect with service. And now you've actually got two different options. You can actually integrate it through API or web form. So I'm just going to click on create new connection. So the Thrive Content Builder actually integrates with a lot of the many popular autoresponders. So you also have like GetResponse, Aweber, MailChimp, Infusionsoft, all of the big autoresponders. Then most likely you can actually integrate it through API. Otherwise, if there is no API connection with that particular autoresponder that you're using, you could always use a raw HTML form code. So let's just use the form code and let's see what actually happens in the next step. So I'm just going to click on that button here, and you can see that it actually has a box where you need to actually paste in your form code. your HTML form code. Now, if you don't know actually where to find this form code for the actual autoresponder of your choice, the one you're actually using, this is just a little out of scope for this particular video right here. But like I said earlier, the Thrive guys have awesome training and they have awesome customer service. And most likely, you'll actually be able to find all that information that you're after inside the knowledge base. If not, you'll actually be able to head over to the forum, ask your questions, and they'll actually get back to you within just a matter of hours. But once you've actually inserted the code, click on generate fields, and that's all you need to do. Then once you've actually connected it to the actual service, your Lightbox is pretty much ready to go. Now, of course, you can customize the button and text if you like, and down here you can actually see edit components. And this is where you can actually change any area of the actual opt-in form. Okay, so this whole element here is the opt-in form. If I wanted to change the button text, I'll just click on submit button, and you can change the button text over here. So get instant access now, boom. That would automatically change. I just need to close that. And with all things that you always do, you want to make sure that you always click on save changes. Okay, if you forget to click on save changes and close the window, everything that you've done would actually be a waste. Okay, so get into the habit of always clicking save changes. If you do make any mistakes, you can always just click on undo and it'll actually take you back to the last action. But once you're actually done with that, once you're done with the Lightbox, click on save changes. You can actually close that Lightbox and continue with your actual landing page that you have over here. Okay, so again, back to actually finishing off our landing page. If you actually click on event manager, if you don't have any existing events, then all you have to do is just create one. Very, very simple. Select a trigger. So you got different options. So you actually have a click action. You can have a mouse over or actually comes into view. But for now, what we're actually focusing on is the click trigger. You want to select your action. So open Thrive Lightbox. And over here, you can actually select the Lightbox that you just created. So over here, you can see that it's a squeeze page demo. I'm just going to click on that. You can actually choose the type of animation for that actual Lightbox. So you got different little animations over here. Just to show you an example. So just to show you again, the animation, the one we're using at the moment is a zoom in, so that's out there. The other sample one is the slide down. So if I actually click on the button, you'll notice that it will actually slide down from the top. And that's what I actually mean by the animation. So you can actually play around with what you like. You can do zoom, zoom out, rotational, slide in from top, bottom, and lateral. And you can also show the animation preview over here as well. So if I actually click on rotation, you can see that that's what will happen for your Lightbox. Okay, so as soon as that user actually clicks on the button, it will actually start rotating in front of their screen. But once you're actually happy with that, just click on save event and your landing page is pretty much ready to go. There's nothing more to actually customize. If you did want to add anything extra, then again, you got all these different elements that you can actually choose from. But in all, to actually customize your squeeze page, that's all there really is. And then just click on save changes. And then once you're actually ready to see the work of art that you just created, let's actually click on preview. And it will show you exactly what your squeeze page will look like. So as you can see, it's probably not the best looking squeeze page that I actually created right now, but this whole point of this tutorial was to show you how to actually use the content builder and how easy it is to actually customize it in your liking so that you can actually build a high converting squeeze page that's catered to you, okay? You want to make sure that the squeeze page you're building is branded to you and that it's actually relatable to the actual target audience. So if you truly want to have a high converting squeeze page, then you want to make sure that it looks professional. Make sure that your free offer is tailored to your target audience, so something that they actually want. And then thirdly, it's just a matter of split testing. So you might look at this page here and you might think, man, this is a really ugly page and it's going to convert horribly. But you never know. If you actually split test it against another squeeze page, for example, this one over here, that's the only way you'll ever know which of these two squeeze pages will actually convert a lot higher. So again, I highly recommend this tool. You do definitely need tools if you want to fast track your online business. The tool of my choice when it comes to building squeeze pages is most definitely the Thrive guys. They've actually come a long way and they're constantly improving the actual tool. They're making it more user friendly. They're adding a lot of new features and they're actually marketers themselves. Okay, so the guys, the co-founders behind the actual Thrive tools are actual marketers themselves. And so they know exactly what us marketers need. So again, I highly recommend Thrive Content Builder and you'll be able to actually check it out by clicking on the link below this video right here. Not only are you able to actually build squeeze pages that look completely awesome, it's really easy to use and it's definitely budget friendly. So again, just click on the link below and just check it out. Thanks for watching. For more awesome videos like this one, be sure to click that big red button where it says subscribe. Also, give us a thumbs up and comment below if you have any questions or feedback. Still trying to figure out how to build an online business or even just to make your first time online? No worries, let me help you out. Click the link below to download our guide on the formula to building a 6-figure automated system. In this free detailed guide, I'll walk you through in a step-by-step process on how to build a highly successful, profitable online business even if you have zero experience. Also, as an added bonus for taking massive action, I also have something really special for you too. Guess you'll just have to click on the link and see.